on the inside. That is Tecate Light, a bold beer that is also a light beer. Great to have with food, sports, and with your friends. And yes, that's the way of having a beer. Tecate Light. Enjoy Tecate Light responsibly. Copyright 2019, Tecate Light Beer, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
O'Reilly. Improve visibility in your vehicle when you replace your worn wiper blades with a pair of Trico Titan wiper blades. Plus, you'll get a $15 O'Reilly gift card. Don't risk your safety because of poor visibility. Get premium blades at guaranteed low prices. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Happy New Gear from the Golf Mart, where we offer free custom club fitting on the hottest new arrivals. Featuring Callaway's new Epic Flash Woods, Apex Irons, and Odyssey Strip Lab Putters. Cobra's new King F9 Speedback Woods and F9 Speedback Irons. And Srixon's Forged Irons and Z-Star Balls. Make the Golf Mart your one-stop shop for this year's hottest golf gear and accessories. The Golf Mart, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
It's the Pro Appreciation Event all week long only at the Home Depot, where pros will find savings they'll appreciate, like 25% off Behr Pro paint, and Pro Extra members will find even more money-saving offers, special discounts, and added perks. This week, if you're a pro, there's a lot in store for you. The Pro Appreciation Event, just for pros, all week long, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Offer valid March 18th through March 24th. See store for details.
You gotta be so cold to make it in this world. Yeah, you're a natural, living your life cutthroat. You gotta be so cold. Yeah, you're a natural.
Alexa, play Imagine Dragons.
Okay.
'Cause you're a natural. I treat it hard as stone. You gotta be.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get access to over 50 million songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Introducing the new $5 Biggie Bag from Wendy's. It comes with a new bacon double stack made with a quarter pound of fresh, never frozen beef and topped with crispy applewood smoked bacon. Plus 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink, all for just $5. That's right, just $5. The new $5 Biggie Bag from Wendy's is everything you could ever want. Well, at least for lunch. Try Wendy's new $5 Biggie Bag today. Biggie Bag includes 4-piece nuggets, small fries, and a small drink. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada. Approximate weight before cooking. Price and participation may vary in Alaska and Hawaii.
He recycles everything, even his steely looks. Trees hug him. And he recycles his oil and oil filter together.
Green Guy here. County of San Diego Recycling is having an oil filter recycling event. Bring your used filter to a participating AutoZone store on Saturday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and get a new filter free at AutoZone store locations in Fallbrook, Lakeside, Ramona, and Spring Valley. For more information, visit wastefreesd.org. Funded by a grant from Cal Recycle.
Ready to make your commute more entertaining, more interesting, even more productive? Then try 100% ad-free listening on Audible. Each month, you'll get 2 Audible originals, exclusive titles you can't find anywhere else, plus a credit good for any audiobook and unlimited access to exclusive fitness and wellness programs, all with our commitment-free guarantee. The most inspiring minds, the most compelling stories. Go to audible.com today to start your free 30-day trial and your first audiobook.
This is the home of San Diego sports. KLSD-AM and KGP-FM HD2. And now K277-DH, San Diego.
And welcome on into the nation's longest running and highest rated radio show on the concept of sports investing. This
forces announcing that ISIS has lost its last bit of territory in Syria. He says they're declaring a 100% territorial defeat of the terrorist organization and bringing an end to the caliphate. Despite the loss of territory, ISIS is still regarded as a major security threat in the region and around the world. President Trump's lawyers are happy that Special Counsel Robert Mueller has finished his investigation into Russian meddling in the U.S. election, saying in a statement that they're pleased Mueller's office has delivered its report.
People looked at favorites that they thought, oh man, these favorites got to cover, didn't cover. Looked at underdogs and thought, wow, way too many points. Underdogs got blown out. So you can't have 2 more important days for most of the public than you have today and tomorrow.
I mean, my God. I mean, there was no rhyme or reason for the first couple of days of this thing. And the betting handles. Oh, my God. The betting handles out here in Vegas, the betting handles in Jersey were just astronomical. I mean, it was just to the
Omega 50 Plus. It combines ultra-pure fish oil and joint-soothing krill oil together in just one tiny pill. It's so powerful, it can promote the health of your heart and your arteries. And if that wasn't enough, it can also boost your joint comfort in just days. We're so sure Krill Omega 50 Plus for you. We'll even send you a free bottle to put to the test. The debate is over. It's not fish oil or krill oil. It's both. And now it's free. Just pay $4.95 for shipping and claim your free bottle. Call now. 1-800-399-6392. 1-800-399-6392. That's 1-800-399-6392.
Having or handing out a manifesto written by the 28-year-old Australian man who's charged with killings in Christchurch will be illegal in New Zealand. The Office of Film and Literature Classification there saying that the document, which is filled with anti-immigrant and anti-Muslim rants, is objectionable under the law. The New Zealand chief censor says the move's been made because the manifesto is what he calls a type of publication deliberately constructed to inspire further murder and terrorism. A survivor of the Parkland, Florida high school shootings has died of an apparent suicide last weekend. 19-year-old Sydney Aiello, the recent grad of the school, taking her own life, according to her mother. She was close friends with shooting victim Meadow Pollock and felt survivor's guilt, and her mother says she was struggling with college because of her fear of being in the classroom. Pope Francis accepting the resignation of Chile's top Catholic official in that country's sex abuse scandal. And this is USA Radio News.
America is built and based on liberties and freedoms. Liberty HealthShare brings that to healthcare. The liberty of choosing your own doctor. The liberty of choosing your own hospital. Liberty HealthShare makes healthcare affordable to millions of Americans. Ignite your liberty. Sharing plans starting at $199 for a single, $399 for a couple, and no matter how big the family, only $529. That's $529 for the entire family. To learn how you can save, go to lightyourliberty.com. That's lightyourliberty.com.
It seems a flood protection project at a U.S. Air Force base in Nebraska will be coming a little too late to help this year. Here's more from USA Radio's Rick Vincent reporting from Omaha.
Missouri River water managers were just a few weeks away from starting a long-awaited $30 million project to raise the two levees closest to Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska when the epic Nebraska flood of 2019 blew up their plans. The board of the Papio Missouri River Natural Resources District, the regional watershed manager, gave a final nod to the plans last month. Then came the flood. About a third of the Air Force Base was flooded. At one point, 2,000 miles of state highways were shut down by flooding. That's now down to a few hundred miles. Lieutenant Matt Sutter with the State Patrol reminds motorists that as waters recede, they could still be dangerous.
Still having some standing water on the roadways. We're trying to assess if the roads are still intact underneath that water. So anytime you see that standing water, it's never a good idea to drive on that because what we're discovering when the water is receding, a lot of times the road is no longer there.
That's why motorists are being told not to drive around barricades. Reporting from Omaha, Nebraska for USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
And at least $625 million will be on the line for tonight's Powerball drawing. There was no big winner last Wednesday night, so the jackpot will be the fourth largest in Powerball history, the grand prize having rolled over 24 times since January. Find us online anytime at usaradio.com. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson. Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? And you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect and may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. 800-670-2142. That's 800-670-2142.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
And a good Saturday morning. It is 6 minutes after the hour. That echo is coming from the other end. Jeremiah, if you could do settings. And then there we go. How about that? Off just like that. Okay, again, 6 minutes after the hour, back here live on Facebook and, of course, here in San Diego on AM 1240, streaming live around the country and across the world, I guess I should say. As far as Biz Talk Radio is concerned, Jeremiah is our director, our studio coordinator. Welcome once again. Again, Tiger Palafox, I'm Bryan Main. No John Bagnasco. If you're watching on Facebook, you're looking at two other characters next to you, Tiger.
Yeah, I know. In studio, we have my dad, Fausto Palafox, and then Andrew Dannenberger with Natural Guard ferti-lome products. And we're going to have a fun little discussion this morning.
I said characters. Nobody got offended. I said characters.
They are characters. Definitely troublemakers for sure.
So John is off today, but with Andy and Fausto, we're going to get into a lot of gardening horticultural talk, especially because, hey, spring is here, at least here in San Diego, California, Texas, perhaps Florida, maybe Arizona. And some people, though, a lot of people, the rest of the country is still underneath with snow. So we have to remember that as well.
Yeah, snow and water. Matter of fact, one of the questions you just came across was, I think, about some flooding. I just briefly caught it, but we'll make sure to hit the questions as they come in through Facebook Live. And then if you want to call in, the phone number is up there as well that you can call us and ask your questions.
That's right, 855-424-9825. Want to give us a call. Normally, John at gardenamerica.com, but John is not here today, so try to use Facebook if possible, because we usually respond much quicker on Facebook with your questions and comments. We've got a lot of knowledge in the studio this morning, so take advantage of that and get your questions ready.
Definitely. And, what was it on the first day of spring was it earlier this week?
It was Wednesday, I believe, right?
Was it Wednesday? Yeah. And we actually had some rain in San Diego, which was nice. Not always a normal thing to have on the first day of spring in San Diego, some rain. But it's exciting to see, there's the talk of the super bloom. There's the talk of, the spring happening now and the weather's turning and we've had rain. And, it seems like everybody's off to a really optimistic and good start to this season.
Yeah. Now, do we have any more rain in the forecast? I usually ask John this question.
Yeah.
Anybody know about any rain coming?
We have some. I mean, we've got, I think, like little chances here and there, but it's still early because our rain season in San Diego or Southern California is still all the way through April into May a little bit, and then there's zero chance kind of like mid-May after that. It's kind of rare.
But we are not only up to quota, but I think even above that in terms of the water that we need because of the rain. Right?
Yeah, we've got the surplus now. We're out of the drought. We're above our average of 10 inches of rain in a year. I think we're up to 20-something now. So, no, it's exciting moments. And like I say, I think it's just changed the way people are right now.
And the way they think.
Yeah.
Now, have you noticed that change in terms of attitude at the nursery when people come in?
Definitely.
Because of all the rain?
People are excited to garden. People are looking for new plants. People are, where it was onesie, twosie plants before, people are buying cartloads now because they're excited to get their gardens going, to get those flowers blooming.
Right.
And, and that's the thing, too, is I feel we've had this 7-year break because of the drought. And people are starting to see, oh, this is new or this is different because they're reintroducing themselves into the garden center and seeing what's available.
Absolutely. And again, if you want to call us, 855-424-9825. Jeremiah will take your phone call, put you on the air. But again, the best way right there on Facebook Live as we continue to monitor. And we'll talk more about Andy and Fausto, our in-studio guests, as the show progresses. Maybe even bring them on before the first break. We'll see how things go.
Yeah.
Up than that, how was your week, Tiger?
It was busy. I had a busy week this week. I'm, with weather that we're not used to, I'm still playing catch up on a lot of things. Catch up on projects at my house, catch up on projects at work.
Catch up on your hamburger?
Yes, catch up on my hamburger. Ketchup and fries, tomato.
Exactly, yeah.
So, we're just not accustomed to getting out there and working in the rain. So it all kind of delays everything. But, it was busy with that, but then also it's really nice to get out there and do the work because now the ground is soft. We've got nice weather.
Everything is in your favor right now as far as planting.
I was working at this lady's house yesterday, and we're doing a cleanup, and she probably really hasn't maintained her home in 10 plus years. And I'm walking in this area of her yard under this liquid amber tree, and it's just spongy, soft soil from all the mulch that just has built up over the years and is decomposed. She probably, with neglect, she's probably created some of the most rich, healthy soil that anybody ever has in San Diego.
Did you tell her that?
Oh, yeah, because it's amazing to be able to dig into 10 inches of soil without having to use a digging bar here and, a jackhammer because it's just loamy, rich soil. And so we're excited. She's got a lot of stuff going on, and it's excited to see her yard transform.
Oh, that's great. Outstanding. Yeah. Do you by chance have the quote of the week? John usually reads it, but you seem to be not chomping at the bit, but actually champing at the bit. Did you know that's the correct way of saying that?
No.
I just found out last week. People say he's chomping at the bit. It's really champing at the bit.
Because it's horses, right?
Exactly.
And champing is a term.
Champing, I guess, is a horse term. I guess so, yeah.
Interesting.
I'm sure if I'm wrong, we'll hear about it on Facebook or somebody, but I'm pretty sure that's useless trivia. But anyway, the quote of the week.
All right, the quote of the week here is, burn down your cities and leave our farms, and your cities will spring up again as if by magic. But destroy our farms, and the grass will grow in the streets of every city in the country.
And that was from?
William Jennings Bryan.
Not familiar with him.
No, but he's got your name.
He's got my name. How's he spell it? Bryan?
Yes, he does. That's his last name.
Good man. Good man. It is 13 minutes after the hour. Go ahead, Tiger.
So, interesting quote, though. Just basically saying that, nature will prevail no matter what. We don't need to help it in any way. It'll do it by itself, right?
Absolutely. Okay, that said, we can dive in a little bit early here.
Yeah.
The gentleman to your immediate right, there seems to be some kind of family resemblance somewhere. I'm not quite sure. What's going on?
Yeah, so this is my dad, Fausto Palafox. He's been in the nursery industry for, let's say, 60 years.
60 years.
Since he was a wee little lad. And, so he's been doing this for a while. This is where I got all my knowledge from, which, some would debate if whether it's good or not. Blame it on him. But, he runs Mission Hills Nursery and also has been doing landscape design and architecture for some years now. So he's very much in the loop as far as what's going on. He's also been a teacher for one of our local colleges when it comes to ornamental horticulture. He served on the San Diego Tree Board, which, kind of watches our urban plantings and tree canopy and things like that.
There's actually a tree board.
Yeah.
And you guys are branching out? I had to squeeze that in. Fausto, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
I know you watch the show when you can. You hear the show. You're in studio now. Is it a different feeling? Because we had you here once before, I believe.
Yeah, this is totally different from me. I'm used to having the outdoors as my office.
Right, exactly.
And not being cooped up like this.
So speaking of the outdoors, all your years of experience, 60 some odd plus years, obviously things have really changed. And one of the things we'd like to accomplish today with yourself and, of course, Andy here is to maybe dispel some myths and perhaps talk about some of the new things that are happening in the industry and all the changes that you've seen in decades.
Well, I think the biggest change, and I'm sure Andrew here will attest to that, is we're talking about changes. I think specifically some of the chemicals that we've used in our garden things. We went from a probably 100% petroleum-based chemical usage to basically nowadays it's all pretty much water-based. And so that in itself is a huge accomplishment from the standpoint of taking care of our environment. And so what used to be products that we would pull off the shelf, every single one of them would have a petroleum-based ingredient to it, along with the nasty chemical that might have been.
Well,
and nowadays, in many of those cases, it's all water-based.
And I remember as a kid in the garage, I would see these dark bottles, kind of like a beer bottle color with a skull and crossbones on it. And that was, hey, chemical fertilizer for your lawn.
Exactly.
Lawn, I should say. Yeah. So everybody have a good time and just spread it around.
Yeah.
And the fact that I think back and the fact that those bottles were just left in the garage for anybody to get a hold of, and no telling what they were doing. Well, I guess we do know what they were doing to the environment. It wasn't good, because I think back then the philosophy was feed the plant itself,
Correct.
where today we're feeding the environment.
Exactly. You feed the earth, you feed the soil around the plant, and the plant will take care of you or itself, basically.
And the fact that everything, as you say, most everything now is water-based, the fact that we were able to go from chemical to water-based and still have success in itself, that's an accomplishment.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, we're going to take a break and come back. Andy, you're going to be on, of course. Fausto, Tiger Palafox, I'm Bryan Main. Thank you for tuning in. This is going to be a good show, a very knowledgeable show, and a chance for you to gain some great insight and some good information. If you want to call us, 855-424-9825. Jeremiah's ready for your phone calls. Here on Biz Talk Radio, and again, Facebook Live, questions, comments, whatever, we'll get to them right away. Along with Andy and Fausto, Tiger Palafox, I'm Bryan Main. This is Garden America. Stepping aside, coming right back.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? ferti-lome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Please read the label and ask for Natural Guard by ferti-lome Organic Fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by ferti-lome.
If you're suffering from hearing loss, stay tuned for a special offer from the makers of Listen Clear, a revolutionary hearing aid breakthrough designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. Right now, you can try Listen Clear hearing aids absolutely free for 45 days. You can also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear hearing aids are so lightweight and comfortable, you can wear them all day long. They're practically invisible too, so others won't even notice you're wearing them. And the best part is, you'll be able to hear almost everything, everywhere. So do something about your hearing loss. Call Listen Clear now to get started with your 45-day risk-free hearing aid trial. This special offer won't be available for long, so call Listen Clear now.
800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. We're here 24 hours a day to help. That's 800-716-4650.
Are you getting the most out of your Medicare plan? Are you sure? You'll want to write down a very important phone number that can assure you're receiving your full benefits. Many people with Medicare are eligible for plans that include extra benefits, in addition to those found in original Medicare. Benefits like dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage. Call now at 1-800-521-7617 to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. In addition to hospital and medical coverage at no extra cost, you can also get coverage for prescription drugs, dental, hearing, vision, and more. In many areas, plans with benefits are available with $0 copays for many services, $0 monthly premiums, or $0 deductibles. That's hospital, medical, prescription drug, dental coverage, and more included in one plan with premiums that may be as low as $0 a month. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free and there's no obligation to enroll. Call 1-800-521-7617. That's 1-800-521-7617.
National Funding Group has just released $100 million in easy access small business funding to businesses that gross at least $100,000 a year. You can have fast access up to $500,000 in new business capital in as little as 48 hours. Think about the ways you could grow your business if you had up to a $500,000 cash infusion. Call a NFG funding expert now. The process is easy. It only takes about 5 minutes. Then our management-owned lending team looks at your application for a fast approval. You can get 100% funded in about 2 days. If you need up to $500,000 in working capital to run your business and you gross at least $100,000 a year, call NFG and apply today. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. That's 800-296-1564.
Missed an episode of your favorite show? No worries. Catch all the episodes on demand at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And we are back. Thank you so much. John Bagnasco, he's got the day off today. It's yours truly, Bryan Main, Tiger Palafox. We've got Andy and Fausto with us. We talked a little bit to Fausto before the break about things that are going on, and I think you've got a question from somebody, Tiger, that right off the bat wants to know something or give them information. I do this for a living, but you wouldn't know it today. Yeah.
So we have a question from Judy, and her question is what are our thoughts with all of the flooding going on some of these croplands, about what we need to think about when it comes to food production in the future and what people need to consider whenever these events happen for our food sources. Is there anything that we can do in the future to kind of prevent or prevail after these things? So, Andy, you had mentioned during the break when we were talking about this, the area that she's in is the Midwest. And, there's a lot of areas that are kind of flooded because of these storms that have come in. And some of these areas are large croplands. What are your thoughts on, what we need to think about whenever these natural disasters happen to areas that a lot of our food comes from?
Right. I think, first of all, our hearts go out to all the people who have, lost their homes and or their property due to the floods. I think most important, we need to recognize those that have lost, some property or what have you. But to try to reestablish either their garden or these croplands, obviously from the floods, the water has flooded so much that it has stripped a lot of the soil from the earth.
The ever so important topsoil, right?
Exactly, where they do all the planting. So in a small situation in your own yard, it would be to replenish that soil, replenish the mulch or the apparatus of media there to start to replant, and then from there, also with all the water that was there, it depletes all the nutrients from the soil too. So you're gonna have to put a lot more supplements and fertilizers in there to get it back up to speed again.
Now, before we continue, though, I do want to mention, because I don't think we introduced Andy to the show, but Andy Dannenberger.
Andy's good.
With ferti-lome, Natural Guard, high yield products, one of the largest independent producer of these products, right? I mean, could you guys say you are the largest independent producer?
I wouldn't say we're the largest, but we are a national company.
Yeah.
Based in Texas. I happen to be the sales manager out west. And so we are a manufacturer of 3 brands: ferti-lome, Natural Guard by ferti-lome, and High Yield. And so we're a company of a manufacturer of lawn and garden chemicals, fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, and a whole slew of Natural Guard or natural products, natural and organic products.
Now, one thing I will mention about this company, because, a lot of people sometimes listen, they go, oh, chemical company, they think these big corporations.
Big, bad chemical company.
Exactly. But the difference of this company is that they are owned by their customers. So and again, it's not big box stores. These are independent garden centers across the nation actually have a stake in the company. So when Andy goes around and says, what is it that's missing from your guys' shelf that you want us to have? They take that info back to their office and they put out new products that truly independent garden center owners are telling them to brand. I mean, one of the products that's spectacular, which we've been asking for years, is the spinosad soap. Mm-hmm. It's a multi-bug killing soap, but it's really safe to use. It kills chewing insects, but it also, controls things like sucking insects like aphids and scales and things. Nobody else ever had that. But ferti-lome, Natural Guard, the company that they are, can easily take that and be like, this is what you want. Let's create it. Let's put it on your shelf. And I think it's one of the most amazing products, because otherwise you had to buy 4 products to do that one thing in the past. Now they have it all in one bottle, and it's super easy to use. But that's the kind of things that they do because they listen to the garden centers. So it's definitely not some, and then, it's not some big corporation that's profiting and doing all this. It's, they give the money back to the garden centers at the end of the year whenever they do have profit. So it's really a neat concept for a company. And, so if you see them in the market, understanding that they're a really good company to work with as well.
And give us some of those names that people should be looking for when they see ferti-lome. What else, Andy? That are tied in with your company.
Yeah, well, there's the 3 brands like I mentioned earlier. There's High Yield, there's ferti-lome, and there's Natural Guard by ferti-lome. And Tiger's absolutely right. We're a patron-owned company. We have been for 51 years. We offer protection, and we offer a whole slew of different things for independent nurseries. So protection is one of them, where we only sell our products to independent dealers and garden centers only, not to mass merchants. And so that's how our company was set up. We're based that way. We're based on the insult. And what that is that when a dealer comes into a nursery and says, I have this problem, and an employee comes up and says, well, I have a solution, here's this. And a lot of people, sometimes they'll price it, and they'll look at this, and then they put it back on the shelf, and then they go down to another store and try to buy it at less money, where they can't do that.
Yeah,
they actually have to purchase it there, and we're very, very competitive. And so our products are priced right, and they're great for independent nurseries and garden centers.
Yeah. So, Dad, tell us about your and Andy's relationship, because it goes back years and years, right?
Basically, the history of the time I've been at Mission Hills, but Andy came in as a sales rep for another company. He was repping large lines. And basically, we hit it off. He was very easy to work with. And
now, was this a cold call to come in to see you to say, buy my products?
More or less, but basically it's somebody we dealt with, but yet I think he was a new salesperson for that organization. So basically, we established a very good. A lot of what I do as a retail outlet is based on relationships, and so consequently, those individuals that you can establish a relationship. And especially if they understand that they understand your needs as a small business, that's very important. And just to give you an example, and I don't know if this is going to translate well, but many times, for example, you have minimums in business. And for example, you have to take, say, 5 pallets of product. And many times I can't use 5 pallets of product.
Right.
So
but that would be a minimum order.
Yeah, that would be a minimum order. That's pretty large. And so some of the reps that work well say, don't worry about it. You want 2 pallets or 1 pallet, I'll get it to you. And then from there, all of a sudden, 10 years later, you're ordering a semi from this guy at a time, because you're giving him all the business because he helped you in the beginning.
Sure.
And now you're just, taking it back forward.
Right. And I guess another thing you're referring to is the trust factor.
Exactly.
You get to meet somebody, you do business with them, and you've got to trust them. And that's a great story in terms of, from the 2 pallets to maybe the 2 truckloads eventually down the road. Okay, we're going to take a break. It is almost 30 minutes after the hour. Get your questions, your comments posted up there on Facebook Live, or you can call us at 855-424-9825. Andy, Fausto, I'm Bryan, of course, Tiger. John has the day off. It is Garden America. Happy weekend to you. We're going to step aside. We are coming right back. Stay with us.
What's in store for your business this week at Staples?
Doing business like a CEO while saving like a CFO.
Staples has all the supplies you need to run your business like a boss at prices that'll make your bookkeeper smile.
Now that is an achievement.
Because right now at Staples, a 4 or 5 pack of Sharpie permanent markers or Sharpie accent highlighters are only $1.99 each.
And select Staples notebooks are just $1 each. Staples, there's a whole lot in store.
Ends 3/23/19. In store only. Assorted SKUs and colors. Limit 5 on markers.
Have you heard about Biz TV? Biz TV is the home for America's entrepreneurs, small businesses, and those who want to succeed in life. It's the only national television network committed to airing original, high-quality, educational, and inspirational programming about real business people. Biz TV can provide the right kind of ideas, motivation, and education to help fuel the next generation of business owners. Visit biztv.com and call your satellite or cable service provider to request Biz TV.
If you suffer from heartburn or other digestive-related disorders, then there is a new, safe, better, and natural alternative to better digestive wellness and heartburn relief. Praxid not only provides relief of heartburn, but Praxid takes a 360-degree approach to support better digestion, protect you from harmful bacteria, and also balance your stomach to improve digestive functions.
We like to think of it as the multivitamin of digestive health.
It's the only product to combine all natural ingredients known for the digestive health properties into a single patented product. Praxid also comes in easy-to-carry packs. Praxid relieves, restores, and maintains a healthy digestive system. Praxid is available here for only $39.95. Shipping and handling is free, and your money back is guaranteed.
To take advantage of this special radio offer, call now. 1-800-829-5685. That's 1-800-829-5685. 1-800-829-5685.
I can't get my computer to work.
Let me help you with that.
How'd you do that?
I just got techie with Geeks on Site.
Our geeks literally come on site. No need to stop what you're doing or block off time. We come to your home, office, or wherever you are. And we don't just fix whatever computer issues you might be having. We explain and teach you along the way so you can feel empowered and then help others at home or in your office. Better yet, don't have time for tech support to come to you? Let us remote into your desktop or laptop, and one of our geeks will instantly walk you through. Call 1-800-584-9039, and we will help you instantly. We offer affordable prices on our remote services and IT support. You and those in your office will never have to wait hours to have your technical questions answered. Get your free computer diagnosis today with your very own geek. Call 1-800-584-9039. That's 1-800-584-9039. And get started now.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. That's 800-915-9658. Do you have an old car sitting in your driveway? How would you like to learn a hassle-free way to get rid of it, help kids in need, and get a great tax donation in the process? It's real easy. One simple free call to our car donation hotline is all it takes. Call the Neshama Foundation at 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. We'll come pick your car up for free and give you a tax donation for the full value of the car, running or not. The value of your unwanted car will go to help kids in need. It's fast and easy. Just call us and your car will be gone and on its way to helping children in 48 hours. And you get a nice tax deduction. Call the Neshama Foundation now to get rid of your car, help kids, and get a tax write-off. Call 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. That's 800-721-6723.
Watch some of your favorite shows on Biz TV. Check to see if you get Biz TV by going to biztv.com. And now, back to Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And we are back on this Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us at about 35 minutes after the hour. Bryan, Maine, Tiger, Palafox, Andy and Fausto here. Andy, your last name again for those just joining us.
Yes, last name is Dannenberger.
Dannenberger.
Yeah.
Fausto, we know you.
Yeah.
Fausto Palafox and Andy Dannenberger.
Right, good old German name.
Good old German name. Tiger?
So before the break, Fausto was just kind of telling us on how Andy and him met, as far as, Andy was a sales rep in the industry, Fausto being the nursery owner, developed a relationship on trust and building that through the years.
Close to 30 years now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And, I think that, one of the things that's exciting, and Fausto had mentioned in the beginning of the show, is just how things have evolved from the years, how we went from, chemicals and, everything, kind of bad in the, industry. We started off because we wanted to kill bugs. We wanted to fertilize plants. We wanted to do all this stuff, and how it's transitioned into, well, if we take care of the soil, we take care of the plants. If we just kill these bugs, we still allow these other bugs to do their natural thing and keep control and stuff like that. And, I think that it's kind of transitioned. Now, I will say, though, back east, Andy, it's not quite there yet still, right? Don't they, they're kind of slow moving when it comes to the organic products and kind of the natural products, so to speak, when it comes to the industry.
Yeah, there's still the loyal ones out there that continue to use hardcore chemicals and things like that, back east or in the south. But the natural and organic movement, which has kind of come and gone, but at this moment in our lives is really, really strong. And I think it's subject to the fact that natural and organic products are a lot better than they were maybe 20 or 30 years ago. Technology in natural and organic products is a lot better. We've got some good suppliers that make some amazing raw materials that are either plant-based, technology out there that makes some really good stuff. And when you can put that into a bottle and make it available to the public to control anything from weeds to bugs to diseases, all of the above, that's where it's really come. And so there's pockets all over the country where that natural based kind of clientele is growing and growing and growing, because as we know it, hardcore chemicals, I always look at it as education. Chemicals are not bad if you use them the right way. It's always important to read the label and use them the way you're supposed to, respectively. And if you do that, you're not going to have a problem. Misuse is what's going to, cause a problem out there. And so we always like to educate people on what their problem is and come up with a good solution. Because sometimes you'll have an issue and you need instant results. And sometimes a natural and organic product might not be able to handle it. So you need something just to do kind of fast knockdown. And then you can use a natural and organic product as a preventative measure or a solution for later. So there's all different kinds of scenarios there. And so it just really depends on the disease, depends on the infestation of bugs or insects, and it just depends on the situation.
So there's still a need now and then for the chemical
absolutely
stuff that's out there, but
yeah.
it's
just got to be careful,
being responsible in how you use it. Now I would imagine for both you, Andy and Fausto, when the whole organic thing came in, people said, well, yeah, it may be safe for the environment, but it's not going to work as well. You're not going to get the results that you had with the chemical fertilizers because that's what they were used to. When we're now finding out that absolutely, probably even better results because we're feeding the ground, the soil, the underneath biological activity, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, what Andy's saying is absolutely true. The tenets of organics is feed the soil well, have healthy soil, you'll have healthy plants. But on the other hand, there are some pesky guys out there that you do need a stronger product. And quite frankly, I mean, when you're using these stronger products, it's the time you use them. You don't want to just spray willy-nilly all the time.
Right.
But maybe when the insect is first emerging or when it's going in through its reproductive state, that's when they become, that's when the using the stronger chemical makes a lot of sense.
Knock it down right away.
Exactly. And just being aware of that and not thinking that you just got to go and spray everything all over the place.
Guys, is it safe to say back when we were using nothing but chemical fertilizers that was one of the big problems right there, that people were not being as responsible and maybe just kind of spraying willy-nilly and doing it? Well, if a little bit's good, then a whole lot's even better.
Absolutely. I mean, you would get customers in and say, just give me the strongest stuff you have, and I got to kill everything, and it's maybe some little aphid or something that a hose would take care of it,
And when they said everything, they didn't really know what they were talking about, because that was everything.
Yeah, they were killing the good bugs with the bad bugs, quite frankly.
Right.
And you do need some of those good insects out there to do that. And quite frankly, I mean, even on the organic end, or the natural end, I should say, the amount of ladybugs that we offer to our clientele is phenomenal. And a lot of people just use the natural control of using ladybugs to bring the populations of aphids and stuff down. And that in itself works.
So be very careful. And as we were talking about before we went on the air this morning, be careful what you read on the internet. I mean, it might be a good place to start, but always get a second, third opinion, especially when coming into a retailer or a place such as Mission Hills Nursery or whatever nursery. It's good as a guide, but ask the experts what they think, because obviously we know that everything on the internet's not true.
That's right. There's a lot of information on the internet, and one of the things is I always feel that you can go from there. But it's always best to take, if you have a problem with your plants or your lawn or whatever the case may be, take some samples, take it into a real good garden center and ask an expert.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way. You can't show your live sample on the internet as well as if you go into a nursery or garden center and show them your problem and have an expert there tell you about the problem and then show you how to use things. And it's one of those things too, organic, natural and organic products are great, but still you can kill beneficial insects even with natural and organic products. You can even kill beneficial insects with just spraying water in your backyard or cleaning the windows or whatever the case may be. So it's always you always go back to, hey, let's read the label, let's educate ourselves, and let's do it the right way.
And you bring up a good point, because when it comes to problems, sometimes it's regional. And when you go online, it's like going to that WebMD.
Yeah, exactly.
Here are my symptoms, and they're like, oh, you have some rare form of cancer.
Yeah.
Go to the hospital immediately. Kind of a thing. And when you type in brown lawn, instantly it's some horrible disease that's plaguing you. When a lot of those diseases only affect the South. And they never affect California, but that's what came up in the search online.
And I'll tell you, well, what kind of brown? What is it? What kind of grass do you have? So many factors and variables that go into the information that you're trying to look for,
right?
Based upon maybe a wrong answer that you get.
Yeah, and regionally, the nursery owner, the nurseryman knows these things, and I bring it back to bugs and problems are one thing, but plant varieties. If you're in a nursery in San Diego during a certain time of year and somebody comes in and goes, what's that orange or what's that purple flowering tree? I could say jacaranda, and 90% of the time it's going to be that tree that they identified. I just know because I know they're blooming this time of year.
Yes.
I know that they're popular, and I know people see them, right? But if you were back east, that might be a crepe myrtle, or if you were in another area, that might be a bauhinia, something else. But regionally, the nurseryman knows what's going on at this moment in time, so they can give you that answer a little bit better than Googling online. But I will say that ferti-lome also got behind this product. It's the tablet. It's the identifier, the problem solver, which was really cool because you can go onto this tablet, you can type in certain symptoms, you kind of know where you're at, and it spits out the problems, and it also tells you solutions for the problems, and it tells you how to use them. And they've done a lot of research because, again, back to the company, is that they're like, how do we help the independent retailer? How do we get people to know how to use these products safe? How do we know to use the right product? And it's a really good tool that they put out.
What the questions are being asked.
Yeah.
No, it's a test pilot program. We have I think over 150 of them out there across the country, where it's cloud-based, so it's absorbing information of what people are actually entering based on their problems. Because if somebody's entering how to control henbit in the Midwest or whatever, and another person's how do you control oxalis out west. So it's absorbing all that information and then categorize it to where it's identifiable, and then they can come up with that solution on how to control it.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take another break right now, and when we get back, we'll continue our conversation that we're having here with Andy and Fausto and Bryan.
Yeah, that's right. Andy, Fausto, Tiger, Bryan, the whole gang is here, except for John. John's taking the day off. He'll be back with us next Saturday. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in and joining us here at Facebook Live. You can reach us at 855-424-9825. Biz Talk Radio on your Saturday. Happy weekend with the whole gang here from Garden America.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? ferti-lome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by ferti-lome organic fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by ferti-lome.
Being a business owner or entrepreneur can feel lonely. Unless your friends have walked the same path, they just don't understand your passion. How many times have you been asked, when are you going to get a real job? And when you finally do make it big, all of a sudden the doubters tell you they always knew you would. Does this sound familiar? You see, at BizBod, we understand the road you're on because we're on the same path. That's why we created a club just for you. Meet other people on the same path you're on and get content that will help you grow your business, all for only $49.95 a year. And if you join today, you can get your first 30 days free with promo code RADIO. This is a limited time offer, so try it for free, and who knows, you might be able to help other members. Simply go to bizbod.com and enter promo code RADIO.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
My mom's a breast cancer survivor. The United Breast Cancer Foundation saved her life. Their free breast cancer exam caught the cancer early, and it saved her life. But now the foundation needs your help so they can continue offering free or low-cost breast screening exams, saving more women's lives. Help them by donating your car, whether it's running or not. They'll provide fast, free 24-hour pickup, and you receive a charitable tax deduction, plus the great feeling you'll get knowing your donated car is going to help save more lives. Just call 800-295-4183 to set the wheels in motion. They take cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, running or not. Call 800-295-4183. The United Breast Cancer Foundation needs your help, and your donation could literally save women's lives, helping them catch breast cancer early like they did with my mom. Donate today. 800-295-4183. 800-295-4183.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-935-0752 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-935-0752. That's 800-935-0752. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
From Main Street to Wall Street, we have the business content you need. So sit back, take notes, and tell your friends about Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
We are back for our final segment, hour number 1 on your Saturday. Happy weekend. I'm Bryan Main. Tiger Palafox in-studio guest today, which is why John, the lucky guy, got to take the day off, but I'm sure he's probably working on his new house. Tiger doing something.
He's working on his new house, and he's working on prepping to ship tomatoes.
That's right. And we can mention that later on as far as going to our website. And we still have some things available.
Yeah, he's in the greenhouse right now as we speak.
Although the delivery time or the time we send things out is not till April, right?
Well, some of them will be going out soon. Other of them will be delayed a little bit because of the growing conditions and the accident at Log House Greenhouse. But he's getting it all ready to go. And then also he's working on his property, getting it ready to build his new house. So a lot of work going on for John this weekend. Yeah,
the people that we buy our products from up in Oregon, the greenhouses kind of went kapoosh
with all the
snow and the weather. Yeah. So that's going to delay a lot. And I think even some of the plant material will not be available this year because of that. But,
Correct.
But we have enough. So go to gardenamerica.com, check it out.
Hey, so Andy, it is the start of spring. What are some products that people should be considering right now, when it comes to their gardens? I know that us on the West Coast, obviously we're starting now. We're getting everything ready to go. We're starting to plant our vegetables, our flowers. We're getting our beds ready, seeds going. And then the people that are on the East Coast, they still have some time, but these are the same things they still need to consider. What are you thinking out there?
Hey, so right now at this time of the year, like you said, out west, even in the south, where it's starting to warm up and it's starting to feel like spring, this is it. It's weed season and it's bug season. So weeds are coming, and then as soon as the thaw happens up in the north and everything else, weeds are going to be prevalent everywhere. So that's the time where, you need to spray for weeds, either in your lawn or around your house in the cracks and corners of your driveway and sidewalk. And then after that, it's bugs. Bugs are going to be coming out, the butterflies and everything else. So, and even bad bugs. And so, the typical aphid and whitefly and everything else is going to start hitting, especially when you're going to start planting your vegetable gardens or flower garden or what have you. All those bugs are going to start coming out. So that's the two big topics.
And that's a good point, because we mentioned how beautiful it's going to be here in San Diego because of all the rain. Oh, wait till the wildflowers come out there. It's just going to be gorgeous. But that also means, too, that the weeds are going to be probably on steroids as well.
Yeah, and I'm sure everybody has seen it everywhere. You can go up and down the freeways everywhere, and weeds are everywhere. A lot of them.
I was yesterday I spent the day, or half of my day, up in Walker Canyon, just north of here, and looking at the California poppies, and it was just spectacular. But being the nurseryman that I am, I'm walking around looking at things very closely, and I'm already seeing a little bit of the insects coming out and starting to feed.
You're looking for things the average person wouldn't see right now.
They just see this big sea of beautiful orange flowers.
Sure.
Where I'm looking at it a little closer and saying, oh yeah, the insects are, you can start seeing little bugs flying around, little moths and butterflies and so on. So it's going to be a heavy duty insect season. And
You're going to have to work a little bit this spring.
Exactly.
But your point is well taken, because we mentioned this earlier. This is the time where you should start noticing it. And when you do notice it now when it's early, now's the time to jump on it, right?
Absolutely.
And I guess people would say, well, how can I do that and still, maintain the beauty that I have? What kind of products do I use? What do I do? And this is where we talk about going into your nursery, going into your independent garden center, letting them know what the situation is, give them as much info as possible so they can lead you in the right direction, especially now if you can nip it in the bud.
And not only that, I mean, right now is the time to use the organic products. I mean, whether it's extending the flower season on a plant, the Natural Guard fertilizers from ferti-lome are fantastic. In addition to that, any of the insecticides or pesticides that might be out there that are also organic or natural, now's the time to use it, because it's easy to control that stuff now. Once you get the season going on and you get those huge infestations, then you're already behind, and you're just reacting at that time.
You're trying to play catch up the whole year.
Exactly. So being way ahead of the game is important.
Right, and especially for those weeds, we have Natural Guard by ferti-lome. There's a weed and grass killer. This is a non-selective herbicide, completely organic. It's OMRI certified, and you can use that to control all your grasses and weeds that are coming up in your cracks and corners of your patio and driveway and sidewalks and stuff like that. Then we also have another one. It's a Natural Guard lawn weed killer. This one's safe to use in your lawn. That kills all your broadleaf weeds, like dandelions and
spray
spurge.
Right on your grass, and it's not going to hurt
the
grass.
Will not kill the grass, but kills all your weeds.
Another thing to keep in mind is the rainy season is going to end here pretty soon,
right?
Whether we like it or not. And the way to extend the growth and the flower cycles of many of these beautiful late winter plants and stuff is to use the organic foods, the Natural Guard fertilizer or food out there, so that you can get another several weeks of flowers of beauty.
Sure.
From these.
Kind of extend it.
Exactly, and that's a smart thing to do, because it just it's more beautiful that way.
Tiger, we got just a couple of 2 or 3 minutes here, but we do want to suck as much information as we can.
Yeah, and Andy, I want to be able to give our listeners a couple resources. So if people want more information on your guys' products, where should we send them?
You can go to ferti-lome.com. There they have a whole list of products, other information on there. There's info sheets, things like that.
How-to videos.
How-to videos. There's video recordings on how to use products as well. So ferti-lome.com, and you'll find all 3 brands there.
And you mentioned a couple nurseries also that are stocking your guys' products. You want to throw out some names for people?
Especially here in San Diego, because we're on locally right now.
Yeah, locally right here. There's a Green Thumb Nursery in San Marcos, up in the North County. Mission Hills Nursery, obviously, here in San Diego. There's Walter Anderson's nursery, and also the Plant House Nursery in El Cajon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
great. Another family-owned nursery.
Family-owned business, again, yeah. So we're dedicated to those independent nurseries, and they have a wide range of products to carry.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. It was great chatting. And Fausto, thank you as well. Dad.
Welcome. Oh, it was fantastic. Thanks for having me in studio.
No, we appreciate the information, too, because it is springtime here in San Diego. So, again, a lot of things that you may not be doing back east or in the Midwest right now, we are starting to do here. But when it does warm up in those places, the same information applies for the most part, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Because we do talk about regions and the subtleties of differences.
Yeah, but, it's all the same. It all works out the same. It's just a little later in the year in those areas of the country.
Well, it was great having you. Thank you for getting up
much.
Early and being with us. And Andy, thank you so much. We love your product.
Yep, thank you very much. Thanks for being.
And I imagine, Tiger, you can stick a link up, right?
Yes, I'll be posting some links to all the products that we talked about onto our Facebook Live feed.
Okay. Well, the music means the first hour is over. Thank you so much for joining us. Hour number 2 coming up at 6 minutes after. Bryan Main, Tiger Palafox, John with the day off. So do stay with us. Hour 2 coming up. Reach us at 855-424-9825 through Biz Talk Radio or right here on Facebook Live. We'll see you back here 6 minutes after.
Listen on the go. Download the Biz Talk Radio app. Available on iOS, Android, and BlackBerry. Biz Talk Radio. The opinions you hear on Biz Talk Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of this station, Biz Talk Radio, its management, or advertisers. The information on Biz Talk Radio does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or service. If you have any questions about Biz Talk Radio, contact us at 817-274-1609 or at biztalkradio.com. This is Biz Talk Radio, America's home for
USA Radio News with Rick Vincent.
Many believe there's nothing in the world that can defeat the United States Air Force. Air Force Secretary Heather Wilson, who was at Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska Friday, says that includes Mother Nature.
STRATCOM was in the middle of an exercise as the waters rose. They didn't miss a beat. There was no mission that didn't keep going here at Offutt Air Force Base. And that says something about this base.
A third of the base was covered in floodwaters this past week during Nebraska's all-time worst disaster in the history of that state. Democrats in Congress are planning to see the entire Mueller report now that it's been released to General William Barr. Delaware Democratic Senator Chris Coons tells CNN.
I'm expecting this weekend, given the Attorney General's letter, that Congress will get notified of the principal conclusions of the report. And then I hope as soon as next week that we'll be seeing the vast majority of the report with only minor redactions.
You're listening to USA Radio News.
Ask yourself, if you built a van for your business, where would you start? At the beginning, of course, with the people who invented the work van over 100 years ago, Mercedes-Benz. You'd give your new Mercedes-Benz Sprinter advanced technology and safety to keep you connected and protected. You'd make it available in diesel and gas, and there would be thousands of configurations and upfits to choose from. You build it right here in the USA, because your one-of-a-kind business deserves nothing less than a van that's built for you. Introducing the all-new Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, the safest, most innovative Sprinter yet, starting at just $33,790. Built for you, the all-new Sprinter, built in the USA.
Charge and dealer prep fee. Options, model availability, and actual dealer price may vary. See dealer for details about costs and terms. Equipment described as optional. 2019 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter available soon.
The last remaining ISIS stronghold in Syria has been liberated. That according to the Syrian Democratic Forces, who were backed by U.S., British, and French special forces. Ending weeks of combat, the Syrian forces raised a yellow flag atop a building in Baghuz as they celebrated the victory over ISIS. A majority of Democratic state senators in New York are on board with bringing solitary confinement to an end in their state. Advocates applauded lawmakers Friday for rallying behind a bill that would bar jails from punishing prisoners by locking them away on their own for extended periods of time. A Pittsburgh jury has acquitted former police officer Michael Rosefeld in the shooting death of 17-year-old African-American Antoine Rose II. Protests erupted outside the courthouse. Attorney for the victim's family, Esley Merritt, says they are disappointed.
Antoine Rose was shot in his back, which killed him. And on behalf of the Rose family, on behalf of the African-American community and lovers of justice, we say it's not okay. Obviously, something has to change.
This is USA Radio News.
With a recession ending, if you've been putting off building your business, now is the time to act. General Steel will meet or beat any price on a pre-engineered steel building of the same size and specifications. Act now, before steel prices go up. So call us today for free information.
Call 800-965-1290. 800-965-1290, 800-965-1290.
Heavy flooding in Iowa has residents along the Mississippi River concerned about rising water levels. The result has been lots of sandbags being distributed. This resident says it's all part of living near the water.
We've pretty much been through quite a few floods up here. We've been through tornadoes, and the city and all the residents all get together and help each other out.
Experts from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration say nearly two-thirds of the lower 48 states have potential to face an elevated risk for flooding through May. That's according to their spring outlook. Major to moderate flooding is expected in 25 of those states. Areas in the upper Mississippi and Red River of the North Basins received rain and snow up to 200% above normal. Experts say the greatest flooding risk could be seen in the upper, middle, and lower Mississippi River basins, including the main stem Mississippi River and Tennessee River basins.
The combination of lower mortgage rates, more inventory, rising income, and higher consumer confidence has created a surge in home sales last month of 11.8%. More from John Clemens.
The report from the National Association of Realtors included single-family homes, townhouses, condominiums, and co-ops to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of $5.51 million last month. The median existing home price for all housing types was up 3.6% last month to $249,500. Officials at the National Association of Realtors said home buyers are returning to the market this spring, a prime time to purchase new homes.
For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson. Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? And you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. 800-670-2142. That's 800-670-2142.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
And we are back. It is Bryan Main along with Tiger Palafox. No John Bagnasco. Seems a little more quiet here in the studio, Tiger. A little different vibe with John gone.
What are you talking about? He just sits in the corner quietly most of the time anyways, right?
That's true. and during the break, he likes to take his chair and push it against the wall so he's not within camera range. Hey, that was very nice of your dad and Andy to come in today and give us some great information. And, of course, I know for a lot of you listening back east throughout the Midwest, you're not ready for this yet, but when the time comes, the same advice applies, right, Tiger?
Well, the same advice applies, and, it's also good to start, they're good about this. It's also good to start planning, and it's also good to know what's new and what's different.
Yeah, keep up on what's going on.
Exactly, because that's the thing is if you go in and you've been doing the same thing year after year for your problem. So, for instance, like let's say people that have blossom end rot on tomatoes, they will go into the nursery, they'll buy their blossom set spray, their calcium spray, and that's what they'll use. Well, if there was a fertilizer out there that had calcium in it from day one, and it's on the shelf, and you had bought it at that point in time, when planting, you could have prevented that problem.
You could have prevented the problem.
But if you didn't know that there's fertilizers out there nowadays that contain calcium, or you didn't ask for it, you won't know. So it's really good to get yourself in the loop before the season starts, before the problems occur, because you might be able to prevent them, and you'll be successful the whole year rather than being, it's that fruit tree problem where you need to take care of the diseases and the bugs during the time that they're dormant, not when you have the problem. Because when you see the problem, when you see the peach leaf curl, it's too late. There's nothing you can do at that moment in time.
I think a lot of people that have been gardening for a long time are still used to gardening a la carte.
Yeah.
And by that, and you know what I mean, like you just mentioned, well, I'm going to buy this for this, and then buy this product to keep that, and then buy this product to keep those bugs out. When you're saying that a lot of times our fertilizer, or even today, some soils already have these products in them.
Yeah, and you can, make it go a long way, and you can use them right. As Andy had mentioned before, read the labels to know you're using it correctly, so you're successful and you're doing what it needs to do, and you're not hurting anything else.
Bruce Asakawa used to always say, the label is the law.
Yeah, that's true.
And you know what? He's right.
Yeah.
Use it correctly, because even though we've gone from the most part from chemical to organic, fertilizing and whatnot, you still need to know exactly how to apply it to get the best results.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of that, I think we have a question on Facebook from Linda.
Yeah, she was talking about a Honeycrisp apple, and she had says it never even flowered. For 7 years, she's had it, and it is not even flowering. So if I understand that correctly, where you have this apple tree and it has 0 flowers whatsoever, we're not talking a pollination problem. We're not talking a, poor fruit production problem. We're talking a flowering problem, which really narrows down what the problems could be. Number one is that if you're feeding it too much, so that's too much growth, too much foliage, it will not flower. So, most of the flowering comes from phosphorus. If we're putting on a nitrogen-rich fertilizer, you can have that problem where you're not getting any flowers, but you're getting growth. Also, if you prune too heavy, whenever you do a heavy pruning on any shrub, its response is to put all that growth back. And the way that kind of works is that you didn't change the roots. So it's got this large canvas of roots down below the soil. And if you prune back, it's like, well, I got all these roots. I need to put out more foliage all of a sudden.
Right.
And it instantly begins to grow back, and it grows back faster and more than before you pruned it, right? Now, you do need to prune back your trees. You need to thin them. You need to lace them. You need to do that. But if you prune them back too much, that season, it'll be focusing on putting out all these new branches, and it will, what we say, forget to flower, and it won't flower that as well. So, those are two things to consider: is you're overfeeding it or you're pruning it back too heavy. Now, you can also tell me, well, I don't do any of those things. I don't ever feed it. I don't ever prune it. It's not a pollination issue. This isn't an issue where you're lacking a pollinator for it. Understand that. If it's not flowering with those two issues, then I would say you have a genetic issue, a tree issue, where either it's not the Honeycrisp apple where it reverted, or something the graft didn't take, or something of that nature, that after 7 years, if it's doing this, you might as well, I say, take out the tree, put in a new one, if you can identify it being one of those two issues.
Right. So try the issues or the answers that you gave to begin with.
Yeah.
Or go back and kind of think about, over the past 7 years, what have we done to this tree? How have we been caring for it?
Yeah.
But like you said, it could be an individual problem.
Yeah.
It could be just that tree itself.
And that's the thing. People sometimes, especially with citrus trees and these stone fruits, is they sometimes will revert. These are grafted fruit trees. Sometimes they'll revert to the original graft, and those trees might not be very great producers. They're good roots, but they're not a great producing. So they don't get flowers, they don't get fruit, anything else.
What do you mean when you say revert to the original graft?
So, when we graft these trees, we graft on the top a variety that we love to eat, that we love to produce. On the bottom, we graft it because of its vigor, because of its strength.
Disease resistance, all that kind of stuff.
And because of that, sometimes that root is more powerful than the top, and it will take over the tree. And it will make that tree not what you want. It is not the Honeycrisp apple any longer.
It turns it into something else.
Yeah, exactly.
I never knew that. That's very interesting.
Yeah, and sometimes that's caused by a sucker that comes up and you never noticed it. So that's basically a branch that came out below the graft and turned into the tree. And over the years, you've pruned out the Honeycrisp and you've left with this sucker. Sometimes they truly just revert, which the graft, the root stock goes up into the tree and truly just changes the tree, by itself. And, it's rare. A lot of our producers of fruit trees nowadays are very good about grafting, but it was really common back years ago when it was not as easy to graft, or they had varieties that were not as easy to graft onto. So,
and Linda said, thank you. We've never pruned it or done much to it. She's going to try that approach, and hopefully that works. And Linda, thank you for the question. And we hope you'll continue to watch us on Facebook or listen to us so we can help you with any future problems. And Linda, after about 3 weeks to a month, let us know if things are looking a little better for your tree. Anybody else out there? I think I did see another question.
I'm trying to play
Facebook.
with our volume. And on Facebook, I think we're hitting a little high.
Let's see. Lenore, what is she? She is
this type of tree for your area, Lenore? Linda. Yeah, I mean, so I think Lenore's asking, like,
I get you. Is that a good part of it?
Is that a good tree for her area?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And like I say, like the non-flowering thing is something completely different than the non-fruiting thing. Because when you're talking about non-fruiting, you're talking about chill hours, you're talking about pollination, you're talking about, fertilizers, and, if a storm comes in the middle of the flower cycle, it can knock off all the flowers and then you get no fruit. That's completely different than actually not even having a single flower on the tree to be able to produce a fruit. So it's kind of, different when you're talking about non-flowering issues.
Let's go back in time a little bit with Linda. Should this be something that may have been more of a concern to her after the second or third year?
It's tough because depending on the age, like for instance, if you go into the nursery and you buy a bare root fruit tree, and it's like what we say a 5-gallon size, those take 2 to 3 years. So you might not see any production.
That would be normal then.
That would be 100% normal. 7 years, no matter what, even if you started from a little sapling, you should see some flowering going on. And but like you mentioned, but if you buy a 15-gallon, it should fruit that year.
Sure.
Know? So yeah, sometimes trees take time to establish to be able to grow, but at the same time, again, this is a flowering issue, not even a fruiting issue. For it to produce flowers, I mean, that could be, it's crazy. And it's really rare, but it could be something where it's setting buds to flower. And then, like I said, a frost comes in, a storm comes in, knocks them all off. You don't realize it, but it never flowered because of that issue. But 7 years in a row to have that perfectly timed storm, that's pretty rare and unique.
Right. So hopefully by thinning it back and taking some of our suggestions, Linda, hopefully you can bring that sucker back.
Yeah. There is a question that asks about grafted tomatoes. And she had said, is this the same thing that happens with grafted tomatoes, that, they produce the suckers, they revert and things of that? And no, because grafted tomatoes don't produce suckers. They don't produce like a tomato that comes out from below the base and then it forms a different tomato. That's definitely it's very, very rare.
So you do have that barrier when you graft it.
Right. But what happens, and then the reason why we tell you not to bury a grafted tomato is because when you put the tomato that you want, the cherry tomato that you want, its roots will begin to grow. You lose the value. You lose that genetic value of the tomato, of the grafted part, resistant to neem.
After the break. It is 60 minutes after the hour. John's got the day off. He is back next week. It is hour number 2. I'm Bryan Main. He's Tiger Palafox. You're tuned in to Garden America.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 3 months. The organic nitrogen is slow release and won't burn plants even during hot, dry weather. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for 90 years. Milorganite, for better results naturally. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? ferti-lome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by ferti-lome organic fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by ferti-lome.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you up to $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. That's 800-430-7570.
This message is sponsored by AmeriGlide, featuring the nation's best prices on a home stair lift. Are you having a difficult time getting around your home? Do you avoid going up and down the stairs? Have you even considered moving from your lifelong home just to avoid the stairs? Forget about moving and call AmeriGlide and learn how an easy-to-install stair lift is the perfect solution to help you get your freedom back. Plus, we guarantee the nation's best prices. Make this free call today to learn more. No sales visits are necessary. We can help you over the phone. Now you can stay in the home you've been in for decades. Please do yourself or your loved one a favor. Make this simple 2-minute call right now. Get the lowest price on a stair lift anywhere. Here's the number: 800-886-7342. 800-886-7342. 800-886-7342. That's 800-886-7342.
Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. I've got an offer to tell you about to provide home security for your home for less than $1 a day. For real, with no installation or equipment charges. And this is from a company rated #1 by a leading consumer research company. According to the facts, most of you won't even call unless there's a burglary in your neighborhood or something bad happened. So let's give you a reason. Save money. For less than $1 a day with no other costs, you can get your home secured. Plus, get a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You need protection for your home. Call the Home Security Hotline right now.
800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. 800-915-8941. Call right now. Operators are standing by. 800-915-8941.
Missed an episode of your favorite show? No worries. Catch all the episodes on demand at biztalkradio.com.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
And we are back. Tiger Palafox, Bryan, Maine. Thank you for tuning in, watching us on Facebook Live. Want to get in touch with us via the telephone? It's 855-424-9825. Biz Talk Radio, your best bet right there on Facebook Live, where we see the questions and the comments and respond immediately. Now, we're going to get back to talking a little bit about grafted vegetables, grafted tomatoes, because I think people are wondering now, based upon what Tiger said about the grafting of trees, if it's possible for the same thing to happen, and that being the bottom root under the graft getting above the graft line and perhaps affecting the tomato. But before we talk about that, Tiger, we have a great contest coming up.
Yeah.
Go ahead and explain what we have in store for our listeners and our viewers.
So we're really excited because April 6th is state National California Poppy Day, which is really exciting. The super bloom's going on. You see California poppies all over the state right now after the wonderful rains that we had and the spring starting. So we thought, how fun would it be to get our spring kickstarting with a fun raffle for our newsletter members? So anyone who's already a member of our newsletter is already entered in this raffle.
So you're qualified automatically.
Exactly. And if you're not, definitely go to gardenamerica.com, click in the upper right-hand corner and join, because we have a total of a $500 gift package. And this includes...
this is great, because during the break, you told me what some of the products are that are included in this package. What are we talking about here?
We're talking a medium-sized veggie pod, which we've had here on the show before, and I use in my yard. You've used it before.
I used the same one.
Veggie pod is amazing because not only is it a great raised bed for you to be able to use, and it drains well, and it takes care of your
on wheels.
plants.
You can roll it around.
Exactly. It comes with this covering in the self-watering misting system as well, all included. We're going to throw in some HB 101 in there. We're going to throw in some Natural Guard organic fertilizers, some great seeds to be able to start your garden from Botanical Interest in Renee's Seeds.
So you're ready to go.
DeWitt tools and other stuff that you're going to need. We've got, some spinosad soap, as I had mentioned earlier in the show, that's going to be in there as well. So again, full gift package, ready to get your spring garden going. Everything you need, but the soil, because we got to be able to ship it to you, and we can't ship a truck with the soil.
We're not going to ship your soil.
But after you get this kit, you just go to your local garden center, you buy your soil, you fill it up, and you'll be ready to go.
And that's it. Now you've got to be a subscriber to our newsletter.
Yep.
And again, as Tiger mentioned, go to our website, gardenamerica.com, top right-hand side, register for our newsletter, and then that automatically qualifies you for the contest. And the contest, you say, are we going to do it before or after the April 6th day?
We're going to do it on April 6th.
On April 6th.
So you've got to be signed up by April 5th.
Okay, so April 5th. And again, go to gardenamerica.com, top right-hand corner, sign up for our newsletter, and then you qualify to win that great package. My gosh, I mean, that HB 101 itself and the veggie pot, I know, just a couple of $200 or $300 right there.
Exactly.
So okay, so getting back to grafting.
Yeah.
We talked about how a grafted tree, it is possible for the root or what's underneath to make its way up toward the top.
Exactly.
And take over the top of the graft.
Right.
Whereas tomatoes and grafted vegetables, that should not be a problem?
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem, but you lose the value of the root stock that we mentioned. The reason why you buy a grafted tomato or grafted pepper or grafted eggplant, the reason why you buy those plants is because you're trying to get something that's resistant to nematodes, resistant to disease, more vigorous and growing.
Right.
And you lose that when you do that. Bury the graft. So that's why we tell you not to bury, because normally tomatoes, you do bury them in the ground. You want them to produce a nice stalk to be able to produce fruit on, but not with the grafted varieties.
The grafted, make sure that graft line is above the soil.
Yep.
That's first thing you learn. It's basic grafting 101.
And grafting 101.
Lenore's got a question.
Can you read it?
I guess I could come way back here like this, which doesn't look very good on camera.
Well, you're getting ready. I want to say hi to Carol. She's giving us a shout out from the Lompoc Valley Botanical and Horticultural Society. It's great to
thank you for that. That's
listening
great.
up there in Lompoc. Hopefully she's not in the prison.
Yeah, nice, Tiger. Okay, so Lenore says that she bought a Tango mandarin tree, and now, let's see, seems to be good for our zone. Can you talk about it? They highly recommended it to me at the nursery. It's full of flowering buds.
So the Tango mandarin, she just wants to know more about it.
And we'll see, where area does Lenore live in?
I do not recall.
She wants to make sure that it was good for her zone, which apparently at the nursery they said it was. I guess she just wants to know a little bit more about it.
Well, Tango Mandarin is a brand that came out of mandarins because of the fruit that it produces. Again, we go back to why do they have certain trees? You know, when it comes to mandarins too, there's a ton of mandarin varieties about when they produce fruit. You know, how the skin is it easy to peel? Is it not easy to peel?
Right.
Are they seedless or not? And Tango is one of those ones that was developed because it's a super flavorful, juicy mandarin. So, you know, I think that the one thing that Lenore needs to think about is when it produces fruit and where she is, because a lot of these mandarins produce in the fall or in the winter.
Okay.
And, you know, if she's getting a severe winter weather during the time it's production, that's not going to be good for the tree. I mean, mandarins are tolerant to a lot of environments, but definitely not going to be tolerant to frost or anything like that, especially while it's trying to set fruit.
Now, it's got a lot of flowering buds. I would imagine, is that a good sign?
Oh, yeah, that's a great sign, because that just tells you that it loves where it's at, and it's doing its reproduction thing. Now, the one thing I will mention, too, with mandarins is that they tend to, when they have a lot of flowering buds and when they have a lot of fruit, they defoliate really easily, which, again, you want to make sure you use an organic fertilizer consistently with it, so that way you can get strong foliage and strong fruit production.
Mm-hmm.
When you start to see that defoliation occur, you're getting too much fruit production for the nutrient value in the soil, and the plant just can't keep up, and it puts all of its effort into reproducing itself, not into keeping itself happy.
It's got to sacrifice something for something else.
Exactly. So, you know, but the only way to solve that problem is to do that way in advance. You need to be applying that fertilizer now, or you need to be applying that fertilizer months ago, to make sure that it's going to suck that up and be able to take a strong, healthy plant. Now, a lot of times it happens when you first plant a tree because they're young and they're very aggressive growers when they're young, and you know, they don't have the root system to tap into all of our natural, you know, nutrients in the soil. So you need to supplement that with.
You got to help it along until it gets established, right?
Exactly. So, you know, using a good organic fertilizer. Also, I recommend worm castings on mandarins, because mandarins can be pretty prone to some other bugs.
Whitefly?
there's whitefly and scale and some other things, and I really like worm castings on the citrus trees because they do a lot. Worm casting does a lot for the tree itself, and and it creates a nice healthy environment for that tree. So worm castings and organic fertilizer, and you'll be good to go.
Lenore, thank you. Hope that answers your question. I hope, Linda, that you have good luck with your tree as well. And I think she said she bought it bare root.
Yeah, so 7 years bare root, it's been there long enough that it should be producing.
And it's been there long enough, Linda, to where you should be concerned.
Yeah.
So that was a good question. And hopefully try those things that we suggested, and your tree will get back into shape. Okay, we're about 30 minutes away from our next break as we approach 30 minutes after the hour here on your Saturday morning. Or if you're listening to us or watching us from back east, we say good Saturday afternoon to you. Happy weekend. I'm Bryan Main. He's Tiger Palafox. And, of course, John is off today. John is back next week. John is doing so much. He's a very busy guy these days. So, again, if you want to reach us by telephone, it's 855-424-9825. Here on Biz Talk Radio streaming, I'm Bryan Main, Tiger Palafox, and, of course, questions, comments right there on Facebook Live.
And now, a quick comparison from Grasshopper. When picking a phone number for business, what sounds more professional? Your personal number?
Oh, hold on. Let me give you my cell. And actually, let me get yours, too, just so I don't ignore your call,
Or a dedicated business number, courtesy of Grasshopper.
It was a pleasure meeting you. Our number's 1-833-IT-TROOP. Give us a call anytime.
There's no contest. Put your best voice forward with Grasshopper, the virtual phone system for small business. Try it free at grasshopper.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Clark, host of Consider This, found right here Sunday mornings at 8 o'clock. Join us as we break down the financial world, things that truly matter to you, things that you should consider. You can find out more at our website at yourlifeafterwork.com, but join us Sunday morning, grab a cup of coffee, and let's break down the 5 critical elements, the things that can really change your financial life. Numbers 800-928-4001, yourlifeafterwork.com. We'll see you Sunday morning.
Do you have a car, truck, van, or SUV you're not using? You can donate your unwanted vehicle to Patriotic Hearts to help our veterans, and you'll get a tax deduction for your donation. In today's troubled world, our USA Armed Forces stand ready to protect you, your family, and our American way of life. When veterans return to civilian life, they deserve your recognition and support. You can help put vets to work by donating your car, truck, van, or SUV to Patriotic Hearts. Your donation will directly support programs to help vets find jobs or even start their own business. Donate today for fast, free pickup of your vehicle, running or not. Operators are standing by to answer questions about making a tax-deductible vehicle donation. Call 800-330-2462 for 24-hour response. Again, 800-330-2462. 800-330-2462.
I can't get my computer to work.
Let me help you with that.
How'd you do that?
I just got techie with Geeks on Site.
Our geeks literally come on site. No need to stop what you're doing or block off time. We come to your home, office, or wherever you are. And we don't just fix whatever computer issues you might be having. We explain and teach you along the way so you can feel empowered and then help others at home or in your office. Better yet, don't have time for tech support to come to you? Let us remote into your desktop or laptop, and one of our geeks will instantly walk you through. Call 1-800-584-9039 and we will help you instantly. We offer affordable prices on our remote services and IT support. You and those in your office will never have to wait hours to have your technical questions answered. Get your free computer diagnosis today with your very own geek. Call 1-800-584-9039. That's 1-800-584-9039. And get started now.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you up to $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. That's 800-430-7570.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-935-0752 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-935-0752. That's 800-935-0752. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
Watch some of your favorite shows on Biz TV. Check to see if you get Biz TV by going to biztv.com. And now, back to Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825 or John at gardenamerica.com.
And we are back. It is 35 minutes after the hour. Tiger Palafox, Bryan, Maine. Thank you for joining us. Facebook Live. Streaming on Biz Talk Radio around the world, across the country. Thank you so much. 855-424-9825. Questions, comments. Tiger, did you get a chance to see the emails that I sent you from Steve, by chance, from Simi Valley?
I like his mini super bloom that's in his backyard.
Great picture.
Super bloom of sweet peas he's got going on.
He's got a lot going on, doesn't he?
And he's got him like climbing up trees.
I don't know that Steve's ever killed anything in his life. We used to get questions from him because he said, hey, everything's out of control. I don't know how to stop it. Everything's growing. It's growing too well. Well, Steve, you've got quite a challenge living in Simi Valley, especially between, say, the months of, June through August, September, when it is so hot up there.
Yeah.
Now, he had another question, too. Did you get that email?
Yeah, so he's asking about a full moon coreopsis and what's it need in Simi Valley, whether it needs full sun or part sun. And, even though Simi Valley gets, really hot there, the full moon coreopsis, it's going to like full sun.
It likes the heat.
Yeah, it loves the heat. It loves the sunlight. So, it's going to take some water, but I don't think that's a problem with Steve.
Right, he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing, but it's going to love a full sun area more than the part sun or shaded area up there as well. So, definitely want to put that in full sun there, Steve.
So, good job. Good choice of tree, too, if it likes full sun. Simi Valley.
Yeah, and then we had a question from someone that is asking about the Walker Canyon
Patty wants to know what other flowers are up there right now.
Yeah, so when it comes to these flowers that are growing in our hillsides and our mountains, we would love to think a lot of them are wonderful native species like the California poppy, or the lupin as well. There's some salvias as well that kind of do the bloom up there, but a lot of them are kind of invasive species. They have got the osteospermums, they've got the wild mustard,
that are not native,
morning glory, and things like that. And these are not native that are in there, but they're still in the area. So as far as what's in Walker Canyon and Anza Borrego Desert and some of these areas, Lake Elsinore area and stuff like that, a lot of them are the yellow flower is mustard or osteospermum. But again, the golden flowers, usually the poppy, the California poppy. There's not a lot of other orange wildflower that we have. A lot of them are yellow or purple. But definitely the lupin is coming into bloom now. And that's the cool thing is that they kind of come in at alternating times.
Lupin. I don't think I've heard of a lupin. What is that?
Purple flower. It comes on like a flower spike with multiple blooms coming off of it in a cone shape. And then there's the salvias. But then the other thing that's happening right now as well for us is not in Walker Canyon, but in our other mountains is the ceanothus, which is the purple, the California lilac is coming into bloom as well right now. And then, the buckwheats and things like that, they'll be coming in as well as the spring kind of carries on. They're a little bit later than some of the spring flowers. there's some primrose, and there's just a lot of different varieties of native wildflowers.
It's going to look a little different this year too because of all the rain that we have. It's going to be more spectacular,
bigger.
Yeah, bigger in all areas. And again, so Steve, make sure to water that tree. Give it plenty of water. You've got it in a good location.
The Coreopsis
flower, the Coreopsis in Simi Valley. So nicely done there. And maybe we'll get that picture posted on Facebook or someplace. I posted a couple of pictures. Lenore sent me yesterday of her orange clivia.
Yeah.
And it's on our Facebook page right now. So nicely done, Lenore. Thank you for the pictures. And again, we urge people, send us what you've got, and we'll post them either on Facebook and to our newsletter and get the word out so people can see what you're growing and what you're having success with. And again, you can send all pictures to John at gardenamerica.com.
Yeah, we'll get them in the newsletter. And if you're a member of the newsletter, remember that April 6th we'll be having our raffle where we're giving away a $500 gift package of VeggiePod and a bunch of other stuff that you're going to have to go with it to get your spring started.
We should also mention as well, too, about our weekly podcast, which are up and running, which we do. We try to do them every week. We may go a couple of weeks without doing one. But also in that newsletter is a direct link to those podcasts. So there's no need to do anything else. If you get our newsletter, like Tiger mentioned, you'll be entered automatically for that contest, and you'll also have direct access to our podcast. But you can also download the iHeartRadio podcast, or I should say the icon for the podcast, and share Garden America as well, going that route.
And as we get into the spring, it's funny, the California poppy, a specific flower, I threw some out in my canyon over the years, and
just tossed them.
Just tossed them, and I haven't seen anything really come up. It's kind of hard because there's a lot of weeds in there too right now, so they might be underneath there, but they might be in there. But then I started some in the VeggiePod, recently also with the other crops that I had taken a picture of.
I bet right away you saw something.
Oh, right away, the California poppy seeds are coming up. They're starting to already develop their signature leaf, which when the seed starts, it never looks like the original or like the mother plant, the older plant. But they're starting to show their leaves, and they're growing up great. And I'm excited about those coming up soon. But yeah, it's kind of hard. Sometimes when you're starting a wildflower field, it's not always years 1 and 2 that really develop. It's years 3 and 4 that you start to see them really come in and be on their own. So you give them a little bit of time.
Have you had any, shall we say, challenges with trying to grow anything in your VeggiePod? In other words, not quite as successful as you thought, or has it all been 100% go?
The only thing that I wouldn't even say it's a challenge because I just haven't even attempted, but because of the dome,
right,
I have to keep more compact plants.
Yeah, you can't let them grow anything tall.
Yeah, I mean, you can get, that dome, what do you think it's maybe 2.5 feet?
Yeah, that's probably
off of the soil level?
I would say 2.5 feet at least.
So,
yeah.
I mean, you can still do some plants with some height.
Yeah.
But I like that too because I have a critter problem and I love the dome.
Well, that's the beauty of the VeggiePod, keeping out insects, bugs,
and critters.
Yeah,
exactly. So I wouldn't even say it's a challenge. It's more of you just have to know what you're going to put in there. You're not going to put in one of these 6-foot tall tomatoes in there because it wouldn't fit. But
no, plus the fact you would need a cage around it, and that's the VeggiePod is good for lettuce, cilantro, carrots. Onions.
Yep. Broccoli, cauliflower,
all that.
All those. Yeah. No, it is good. It's good for a lot, except for the tall ones. Even a pepper would do great in there. But speaking of tomatoes, you remember that tomato volunteer that's growing next to my pool?
Right.
It's still just ridiculously by size. It's probably about 10 feet wide by 8 feet wide.
Okay. Now this is just a volunteer that popped up.
Exactly.
And you're taking care of it now.
No. I'm still not taking care of it. It's just doing its thing.
You're just like, okay, you wanted to be there. Let's see how well you can do on your own.
And it's starting to flower now too. So I should probably have fruit on it within another 4 to 6 weeks.
I would venture to say though that if we didn't have all the rain that we had,
no, it would have died.
It would have died. But it's got everything it needs right now, and you've done nothing to it.
Done zero.
You don't even know the variety, do you?
Well, it's a volunteer. I mean, it's kind of
who knows?
It's kind of like a little bit of a cherry tomato. They're not big fruit, but they're good. They're good tasting fruit, but yeah, it's interesting. So I'm interested to see when it starts to fruit, whether the critters will start to go after it, because that's always my problem.
Well, of course, it's right out in the open.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have possums, rats, everything else, like everyone has rabbits,
raccoons, possums, like you're saying, rats. Yeah, all of those. So, but the only thing I can say about this year, different than last year is that it's so big that I might, like, rather than like me watching those 3 or 4 tomatoes grow and then have them snatched away from me.
Yeah.
I'm going to have 40 tomatoes growing. So hopefully out of those 40, I'll get
it's a numbers game.
10. Yeah.
Survival of the fittest. And I do want to mention, too, about going back to backtrack here about the newsletter, we don't share your information with anybody. We're not going to sell off your email address and things like that. If you do want to get our newsletter, of course, you'll be entered into that contest, as Tiger mentioned. But don't worry about your information. We'll keep it safe. You go to gardenamerica.com, and, of course, top right-hand side there, you can register for the newsletter. And it's great. It tells you about upcoming shows. There's always articles. There's pictures. And it kind of sets you up for that next weekend show.
Yeah. And, I think that, the fun thing, I mean, John had wrote an article about a rose this past week in the newsletter. And it's neat to learn the history of some of our plants, especially when, he's really into roses. And there's really neat stories to a lot of the names or a lot of the plants.
Exactly.
But I mean, we don't just talk about roses. We talk about all kinds of varieties where fruit trees specifically have come from.
Right.
The history of certain plants and why they're here now, kind of a thing. And it helps you put perspective on gardening because it helps you understand that, wow, like, this plant that I take for granted, like the tomato, never grew here before, but we're growing it now. And this is why it became popular. This is how it became popular. This is who brought it over. And
knowing the history makes it a little more fun.
Yeah,
when you're gardening and you're working with these plants. And John is a history buff when it comes to the background of, well, not just roses, but a lot of plants. Like he'll say, you know how that plant got here, don't you? And I'm like, it grew.
Yeah.
No, it was brought over by boat back in 1610. Okay, 45 minutes after the hour, we've got one more segment coming up. It's Tiger and Bryan on your Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. Depending upon where you are, don't forget to download the iHeart Radio app so that you can listen to our podcasts. Or as we mentioned in the newsletter, if you get our newsletter, there is always a link which will take you right to our podcasts. And the last one, which is up and running, is all about trimming roses by John Bagnasco. It's a great one. Okay, we're coming right back after this.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Looking for a safe and natural organic fertilizer for your yard and garden? ferti-lome is now offering natural and organic fertilizers for all your fertilizing needs. Roses, flowers, vegetables, herbs, fruit trees, palms, and more. Natural Guard organic fertilizers are a certified listed product for organic use and safe to use around your family and pets. Always read the label and ask for Natural Guard by ferti-lome organic fertilizers at Dixie Line Lumber or your favorite independent nursery. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live by using Natural Guard by ferti-lome.
And now today's Bob Evans foodie lesson, nostalgic eating. Did you know there's a strong link between sense and emotional memory? The smell of different foods can evoke vivid and detailed emotional memories of our past. For example, the scent of a deep-fried corn dog may remind us of a state fair in the summer. Because odor-evoked memories tend to be positive, the smell improves the mood and produces feelings of social connectedness. And now a word from Bob Evans.
You're the family chef, but with homework, practices, email, getting a good meal on the table is tough. Sometimes the best choice is the easy choice. Delicious Bob Evans mashed potatoes and mac and cheese, made with ingredients like real milk, butter, potatoes, and cheese. Bob Evans sides are ready in the microwave in 6 minutes, and they're the perfect complement to any meal. Once your family tries them, it'll be love at first bite. Get Bob Evans sides today in the refrigerated section at your favorite grocery store.
Bob Evans down on the farm.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right, that's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait.
Call 800-605-5370. 800-605-5370. Call 800-605-5370.
If you suffer from heartburn or other digestive-related disorders, then there is a new, safe, better, and natural alternative to better digestive wellness and heartburn relief. Praxid not only provides relief of heartburn, but Praxid takes a 360-degree approach to support better digestion, protect you from harmful bacteria, and also balance your stomach to improve digestive functions.
We like to think of it as the multivitamin of digestive health.
It's the only product to combine all natural ingredients known for the digestive health properties into a single patented product. Praxid also comes in easy-to-carry packs. Praxid relieves, restores, and maintains a healthy digestive system. Praxid is available here for only $39.95. Shipping and handling is free, and your money back is guaranteed.
To take advantage of this special radio offer, call now. 1-800-829-5685. That's 1-800-829-5685. 1-800-829-5685.
Do you owe $10,000 or more on at least 2 federal student loans? Then you may qualify for new programs offered by the Department of Education. These programs can reduce your interest, lower your payments, and possibly qualify you for loan forgiveness. If you have $10,000 or more and at least 2 federal student loans and currently not in school, you may qualify for one of these programs. Call now to check your eligibility. Student loan advisors are standing by to help you determine if you qualify for these new programs. They can help you reduce your interest, lower your payment, and even forgive a portion of your student loan debt. Take control of your financial future. Make this free 5-minute free call now to Nationwide Student Loans and learn how you can reduce your student loan debt.
800-439-1588, 800-439-1588, 800-439-1588, 800-439-1588.
From Main Street to Wall Street, we have the business content you need. So sit back, take notes, and tell your friends about Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or john@gardenamerica.com.
And just like that, Tiger, final segment on this Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning, depending upon where you are. And we thank you for tuning in and being part of Garden America Nation here. John is back next week. It's myself, Bryan Main, right now, Tiger Palafox. Lines open at 855-424-9825 or Facebook Live with your questions and comments. Where do we leave off? Go ahead, Tiger.
I don't recall where we left off, but I did want to mention I posted an event that's coming up here on March 28th. March 28th, we've been talking a lot about fringe coffee. And John,
that's right,
John's
exactly.
Considering, I mean, I don't know, it seems as we go more and more that it's less and less of a consideration for him because
of the weather
the
that we had. Yeah, and his location.
But, California coffee is becoming a big thing. And there's a lot of value in taking, land that you have and maybe creating some kind of money crop on it.
Mm-hmm.
In Fringe Coffee, the company that John is working with that helps people develop their plots to be able to grow certain coffees is having a free workshop for people that are interested on March 28th. And they do require an RSVP. We put a link on our Facebook to be able to go to the event.
And what do they require?
Just an RSVP.
To be able to let them know you're coming.
Let them know you're coming. But they also do an online workshop as well. So if you are interested in, you have some land, you're not using it, you're thinking this could be some additional income for you with, minimal investment, reach out to them and, they might be able to point you in the right direction. They might tell you, no, you can't grow coffee where you are. Mm-hmm. Or they'll tell you, yeah, I think that this is going to be a great spot for you. And it's an easy crop because you're not changing over year after year. And so it's
the same thing once you plant and establish.
Yeah. And kind of like a citrus orchard,
Mhm.
but there's more money in coffee than there is in
Right.
citrus trees.
And then you're saying that this whole coffee California thing now is becoming a big thing. It's in the very early fetal stages of becoming something like, well, maybe like we grow wine or grapes in Northern California.
Grapes and beers and let's be real, like coffee becoming is very popular worldwide, but like teas, other place you go and there's teas and very unique teas, very expensive teas, very flavorful teas.
Same with coffee.
That's coffee. And so there are a lot of coffees out there. Yeah, at Folgers selling for $5 a can or whatever it is, but then there's that same can that's selling for $45 of a specific variety because of its known flavors, because of its abilities. Sometimes they're less acidic, blah blah blah. So it's a niche market that is kind of interesting. So again, if you go to our Facebook, you'll see the link for the event. Click on it if you're interested, and you can reach out to them, and maybe you'll be a coffee farmer.
Yeah, a little coffee seminar.
Yeah.
And I know John was really into it, but I think because of, like you said, his location.
Yeah.
And
the wind.
The wind that comes off, even though he's 13 miles from the ocean, he gets wind off the beach anyway.
Yeah.
And they need to be protected, the coffee plants, right? They can't have that much wind.
Yeah. I think that, that's one thing that you just have to consider. But then they have resources. I mean, you can plant a wind barrier.
Sure.
Plant in some trees that provide some protection. And it's not the end of the world. You just have to plan for it.
Now, isn't John's area too a little cold in the wintertime for coffee?
Yeah, but I think
he does
that,
freeze.
I think they solved that, and not solved that problem, but I think that they were able to overcome that issue. So
with a little workaround, as we say.
Yeah,
work around that problem.
Where to put the plants exactly.
Now, if you had the room in the property, would you grow coffee?
Duh. When I grow coffee over anything, like if I had property and I wanted to make money off of it.
Because I know with coffee, it's 5 years before you, is that right?
Yeah.
Before you realize.
But then it's every year.
After that, right?
And, citrus trees, it's, 5 years investment, and then every year you're getting a return. Would I grow?
Yeah. What would you grow?
I've thought about this a lot. And my ultimate dream is I feel a strawberry is a viable crop that, still needs to be handpicked and is a good crop. And I would grow it hydroponically outside, but I would do it in an elevated way to increase the space kind of a thing. I think I would grow strawberries.
And you'd lift them up somehow? Like,
well, if you can grow them
beds?
hydroponically, and if you can grow them vertical, you can take your 1 acre land and turn it into 4 acres.
I see. Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So your return is that much more.
Exactly. And
why strawberries? Because you like strawberries, or I love strawberries myself.
I do that because they still are handpicked.
Okay.
Because that's the thing is a lot of crops are machine picked, and you couldn't do this system with a machine pick. They're still handpicked, and they're the cost of strawberries is still good. Like a head of lettuce is 99 cents in the store. Like how do they grow something for 99 cents?
Iceberg lettuce, there's not much nutritional value.
Well, but I'm just saying, like, even growing it, right?
99 cents, and they're still making money.
Yeah, right. How is that possible? But I mean, a thing of strawberries is still pretty pricey, and then you can get into those like large culinary strawberries, which you can sell for a good amount of money. So I think strawberries. Yeah,
strawberries would be it.
Yep.
And again, the coffee thing is still pretty new anyway. We're not, until somebody gets into it and does it here in California, check back with me in 5 years and I'll let you know how things went. But you mentioned the seminar, they answer a lot of those questions, Are you in the right area? If you're not, what can you do to maybe help your situation, so on and so forth.
Do you have enough space? You might not, to make it a profitable crop for you.
And you put the link on our Facebook page.
Yep.
Okay, wrapping things up. What else is going on, Tiger?
Right now, for those of you that haven't planted seeds yet, start planting seeds.
Okay.
You're getting late. You're going to start looking for the plants in the nursery, not being able to plant seeds anymore.
Right. You'll have to buy a plant already established.
Yep.
Some little guy.
Yep, exactly. But those of you that want your fall pumpkins, your squashes, things like that, now is the time to start planning for the seeds. For those of you trying to grow that gigantic pumpkin, now is
Yeah,
the
the
time of
big
year
one,
when
yeah.
you got to start planning to plant that seed, to grow it out, so that way you have your plant, because you want to plant those squashes, those pumpkins. You want to plant those plants in May. You know, early May. So you have about a month to kind of think about it, to plan for it, to get it ready, and you know, that way it's ready for October.
Absolutely. Okay, that's going to do it. Again, when you see your dad, thank him for coming in. And, of course, it was fun having Andy in here, our number one. We do appreciate that. And thank you for tuning in, supporting us here on Biz Talk Radio, on Facebook Live, and however you listen to Garden America, we do appreciate it. I want to thank the entire crew. I want to thank Brandon and his boys. Of course, Jeremiah today, our director and studio coordinator. Thank you so much for doing a great job, Jeremiah. Again, I mentioned John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. I'm Bryan Main. Until next time, which would be next week, have yourself a great, safe week. And as we always say, get growing, America. Take care. Be safe.